In my next dream, I'm with a guy that I've known from high school who's kind of bright and creative. And he and I are having a talk about a movie we want to go see. I think it's even a foreign film, but it doesn't come on till fairly late. And I want my dad to see it. My dad is out doing something, and he's going to be joining us later. And my friends are dithering a little bit, I guess, about whether or not to buy the tickets ahead of time, or if I go get the tickets now, will Dad not want to go? Well, it comes to a time when I know Dad will be there shortly, and my friend's gone off somewhere for a few minutes, so I go to the movie theater to buy the tickets ahead of time. And I buy 3 tickets. Now, what's strange is that I'm going to buy 3 tickets, but I don't feel like the third ticket is for my friend. It's for my dad and myself and someone else. I don't even know who it is. My friend will join us, and I think he'll buy tickets for whoever's going with him, too, because I have the sense now that Dad will go. And then when I go there, I take this money out of my pocket, and I have 3 or 4 bills, and they're kind of colorful. And if you turn one over, it says 2 for 1 on that side. But I'm not sure that will buy the ticket, because I think I have to give them at least 3 bills. I think I have 4. So I have to turn them over to the other side to get the right amount of money, because I'm not sure the 2 for 1 will buy the tickets. And then I'm still waiting for my dad to come.
What you're doing, just visualize the last dream you had and which you now take, and you bring in an attempt to do something with a certain focus. And it's a focus that takes and extends your energetic across into making something happen that touches, that strokes, that's meaningful to how it is that you feel life. When you do that, you get a bonus. The bonus you get is you pull both of those halves together, both the masculine and the feminine. This is a dream that's telling you how you fix yourself. In other words, if you have this particular condition, the way this condition is repaired or is grounded in terms of yourself is you don't take and struggle with the feminine side of yourself, maybe rejecting or not quite handling the masculine properly, nor do you look at the masculine imbalance. You instead just look at the focus of something that you're doing that satisfies and suits what you feel is important, that you can feel as a useful expression, as a need, or however it is that you want to qualify that. And if you apply yourself in this particular way, you pull both of your halves together. You get 2 for 1. What happens in many instances on the spiritual path is that there's the tendency to think that one has to work on first their masculine side, primarily on developing their feminine side, or something like that. And this dream is basically telling you that what was off in the first dream is better put back together, not by trying to look at first one aspect of yourself or another aspect of yourself, but just by taking and applying a certain focus and attention that you can feel inside of yourself carries the well-being that has a good feel to it. And when you do that, you pull both parts back together, not just one, but both parts. You pull whatever the part is that you can't quite see. It comes together. This may not make sense logically, but it's how it works. If you were to try to figure it out or think it out or to understand it, you would just create another problem for yourself. It's kind of an interesting way of creating a subjective repair. You do it by taking and extending the focus of the vibration of yourself. You don't go flinching and noodling and trying to address this inconsistency or that incongruity specifically. That might be something the masculine can be inclined to do, go off a little tangentially to try to understand it. You just have to hold on to a vibration, and you get 2 for 1 that way. And because your dream is saying that to you, one can't help but think, okay, that's probably why the teacher was big in throwing at you the idea of certain prayers that you can hold on to for vibrational purposes, because that's what pulls things together for you. You're not meant to be the type that goes out there and has to get concrete understandings in some sort of straightforward outward way. Instead, you catch up with it through the flow of the vibration, which is another way of saying is that you catch up with it through the light. to the information embedded in the light and not through having to go off and try to figure it out in this manner or that manner. That's not what's going to give you the 2-for-1. To kind of repeat, in your dream, you were able to figure out through taking and seeing a limitation of yourself and an overall trait, overall nature, that the means by which you pull all of that together is by putting your attention upon a vibration and not in terms of having to look at it specifically as if you can mentally grasp it, because if you hold the vibration, you go much faster. You pull both of the integrated parts of yourself, the masculine and feminine, where there might be an imbalance, as shown in your original dream. You pull those qualities together by holding on to a vibratory note, and the pulling together is called 2-for-1.